You know, Kurt, an NBA team these days can be terrible on the hardwood, could lose money, and still be worth close to $2 billion. I mean, I think this is a testament to the collective bargaining agreement, all the rich people we now have in the world thanks to the booming stock market over the last 5 or 6 years, and the fact that financing is basically free right now. You can borrow as much as you want, as cheap as you want.
NBA values up 74% this year. I mean, it's a staggering rise. You talk about the collective bargaining agreement. You know, right now players are only getting 50% of revenue, basketball-related income, so it's not even the whole revenue pie. And the collective bargaining agreement also has increased revenue sharing, tripled revenue sharing, so it's really propping up those lower revenue teams. So you have a team like the Milwaukee Bucks that's getting a $20 million revenue sharing check each year. So they're sold for $550 million last year.
Yeah, we look at some real transactions, right? I mean, you and I, sometimes we're off based on what a team actually sells for, but we don't make these numbers up, right? So if you go to the Atlanta Hawks, they're on the market. In 2014, March, they sell a 17.6% stake in the team that values the entire franchise at $500 million. Now they're talking about the team selling for about $800 million or probably a little bit more. That said, we know what's going to happen, right? After the sale, the NBA is going to come out and say, oh, the real sale price was over $900 million. But what people got to keep in mind is what they're probably going to do is they're going to add to the sale price the arena bonds, which actually fund the municipally financed and owned arena, which are $124 million. But based on what a real enterprise value is, those bonds shouldn't be added. So just got to pay attention to that when this deal goes down.
That's right. But you know, since March, we've had the Clippers sale for $2 billion. You know, Steve Ballmer probably overpaid. We value him at $1.6 billion, which was the second bid for the franchise. Third bid was $1.2 billion, so you see a big spread there. But you know, the big news certainly in the NBA since March is the new TV deal. You know, a year ago people thought, looking at probably doubling from current, it was $930 million a year. People thought it would double. It's nearly tripled. Teams are going to be divvying up $2.5 billion a year starting in 16-17. So that's a nice chunk of change for any new owner coming into the league.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's funny. They keep talking about how, you know, there's all this foreign money that's interested in the NBA, and the NBA's global appeal. And, you know, I agree with the fact that the NBA is probably the most global of the 4 major sports. But at the same time, where's all the big money come from lately? It's come from U.S. investors. And, you know, just to wrap up the Ballmer thing, I mean, yes, he paid $2 billion. We value at $1.6. Why? He probably couldn't sell it for $2 billion today, right? With the next highest bid from Oprah Winfrey's group at that time at $1.6. There's no cover bid at that time. So I think the 1.6 is the right number for that. But who knows? The way things are going with NBA values having tripled over the last 5 years, 2 years from now, Ballmer, it may look like he got a bargain.